I now call the Thursday, May 1st Physical Resources Committee meeting to order. Sorry for our delay, viewers at home. We had a robust and thorough discussion at Criminal Justice Committee. Some great stuff happening, but this committee follows that at 11 a.m. So I trust that you've had an opportunity to read the minutes of April 3rd. If so, I'd entertain a motion to approve those.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Well, same sign. We have approved the minutes of April 3rd. Moving along to finance reports.
The capital fund project division for building and site, that finance report is the first one in your packet we're going to talk about. This report was run as of April 17th. There are a number of projects that are currently shown here. However, I think that we have a number of them that are also wrapping up. So the next month, you're going to see some final invoices and potential recommendation for closure of some of these projects. However, to date, you can see that at the end of this, we have a balance available for future projects of just over $1.6 million. I will try to answer any questions on that one.
Any questions of the finance report?
Continuing on then to the Capital Fund Maurice Beer Campus Division. We do have the insurance claim in the juvenile justice infrastructure projects that are both still outstanding. Those will be outstanding for a little while yet. We currently have a balance available for future projects here of just over $113,000. And I will try to answer any questions on this report if you have them.
Any questions on this report? Hearing none. Hearing none, we will move along. Now we will arrive at building and grounds.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll just hit a few highlights of the projects and the things we have going on at the various buildings currently. At the jail, we've wrapped up a lot of projects that were completed with ARPA funds. The booking renovation has been completed. Looks great if you have an opportunity to check it out. Totally different look over there. The interior painting project also completed. The shower epoxy project completed. And later on in the meeting, we'll be going over some quotes for roof replacement at the jail as well. Moving on to the sheriff's office, the dispatch supplemental HVAC is being installed. We hope to have that wrapped up in the next week or two here. Judicial building, the carpet project has been completed, and also the chiller repairs have been completed. So we'll be closing those projects out as well. Skip down to the annex building. OBR is completing the exterior mortar caulk seal project that was started in the fall last year, and then weather kind of caught up to us. So they've been working on that this week, and we hope to have that one wrapped up soon as well. The Verigy LED lighting upgrade is in progress. We're at about 97% completion with that. They will be coming back in a couple weeks to upgrade some of the lighting at the jail facility that wasn't quite the brightness that we needed there. And then that project will also be completed. Human Services Building, DHHS construction has been completed. We're still tying up a few loose ends there with some paperwork and things of that sort, but that project for all intents and purposes is done as far as the construction goes. And we also had chiller repairs completed at the Human Services Building. Maurice Beer Campus, the detention expansion project is still ongoing, a little over 50% completed. And the demo has finally begun for the water damage done in the administration building from that pipe backup. And I think that pretty much covers it, and I can answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions of building and grounds before we move along? Mr. Van Dorn.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The vice chair and myself have had an opportunity to meet with a lot of different county employees within the last month. And one of the things that surfaced there was knowing where people are in the queue for projects that they send in that they need work on. They said you know, lots of times they don't have any idea. They send something in and they're trying to figure out when it's going to be done. Is there any process that we could have some sort of report that, you know, when somebody asks for something to be done where they can see where it's in line and what the possibilities of the timing is to get it done?
We don't currently have any process in place that covers that. We're always open to answer any questions any department may have via email or phone. Try to do a pretty good job with communication, letting people know where they stand as far as things going on and with their request. Certainly something that we could take a look at if we determine that there is an issue with communication.
Okay, well, I just bring it to your attention. When they brought it to our attention, we told them we'd take a look at it and see, you know, what it looks like, so.
Yeah, it was really fascinating, and I don't know if there's, you know, kind of like a ticket number, you know, different processes have, you know, tickets, but then there's different orders of priorities as far as bumping up, you know, to bigger priority. Just something for us to look at as we continue to try to improve county government and stuff. So we'll keep looking at that. But any additional questions? Hearing none, seeing none, we've moved along to a couple requests. We have a request for a jail roof replacement.
As part of the 2025 capital improvement plan, $213,000 was budgeted for the replacement of the Lenawee County jail roof. Our request is the approval to have the Lenawee County jail roof replaced by M.W. Moore's Roofing, not to exceed the price of $209,700, $199,715, plus $9,985 contingency as part of the capital improvement plan.
So move.
Moved by Tillotson,
Support.
supported by Commissioner Blanco. Discussion? Any discussion?
How long has the roof been up?
Mr. Tillotson, yes.
We're at year 22 currently.
Oh. Is that pretty good for flat roofs?
That's pretty standard, right around 20 years, 25 years is when you want to have your replacement. Warranties for the Duralast, which we're replacing, this is a bitumen roof, but we're replacing it with Duralast over the top of that, so that'll be a 20-year warranty.
How many squares is that roof?
Um,
Then I'm gonna have Commissioner Tillotson do the math on the squares to
Squares, you're
square
talking,
feet.
you're talking square feet?
100 square feet?
Right, 10 by 10. Us roofers, a square is a 10 feet by 10 feet.
26,532 square feet.
Okay. It's pretty big. And also for all the viewers at home, those flat roofs don't last quite as long. That's why the pitch on your homes are the way they are to get water and the like off of it. Additionally, being a jail, there is increased requirements and insurance and all sorts of things that causes the increase of costs as well. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those same sign, we have approved the request for jail roof replacement. Moving along, there's a request for MSC detention roof replacement.
Also, as part of the 2025 capital improvement plan, $78,750 was budgeted for the replacement of the Marie Spear campus detention roof. The request is for approval to have the Marie Spear campus detention roof replaced by M.W. Moore's Roofing, not to exceed the price of $71,434. That's $64,940 plus $6,494 contingency as part of the capital improvement plan.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Mr. Tillotson?
Yes, is that part of the, covered by the ARPA money?
No, this is part of your capital improvement plan money.
Is
And
that-
this is for clarification. For those of you that have been out there, you know, we're putting on a new detention center and kitchen for Department on Aging. This roof is for the existing old detention. So that's the roof that we're talking about right now.
And how old is this roof?
This roof is also about 21 years old.
All right. Any additional questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Pose same sign. We approve the MSC roof replacement. Thank you so much. Moving along, we have arrived at the Drain Commissioner monthly report.
Good morning.
Good morning.
In your packet is our account summary, and then I'll go over a monthly update of what we've been up to on our sanitary sewer and water systems. We're at Posey Lake. Work has begun on the lift station replacement project. Then moving on to Red Mill Dam project, that's kind of my big project right now. Excavation has been completed for spillway two of the 5 concrete pours have been completed. The third is being poured real soon here, today or tomorrow, weather dependent. The dam risk reduction grant that we applied for, we were not awarded that grant, I found out on Monday. So that's gonna necessitate us to have a special assessment on the district out there. I've talked with bond counsel already, and we've started that process. Letters will be going out to the folks in that assessment district, giving them an opportunity to prepay their assessment so that they don't have to pay finance costs. So I'm sure we'll all be hearing lots about that moving forward.
Sure we will.
Our drain maintenance crews are in full operation, primarily working in farm fields, trying to stay ahead of the farmers, doing tile repairs and ditch spoil leveling. I did also want to report that we met with the road commission on April 22nd. I was talking with Scott Merlat, and we felt that it would be really beneficial for us to meet. We went over on policies and ways that we could work together on projects, and we plan to continue meeting at least semi-annually into the future. I think that there's a lot of opportunity there for us to partner on projects, and we hope to
That's
take
a great,
advantage of that.
that's a great move.
So, and that's about all I have right now on that.
All right. Any questions of the monthly report? Mr. Tillotson?
Just a comment, just a comment. They clean ditches every so often, always do it every winter. One drain happened to be on us. And we went there, and the first thing you know, the drain was cleaned. And within 2-3 weeks, they were moving the spoil. Really appreciate that as a farmer. The worst thing in the world is to have a pile about that high next to the ditch. The water can't get in. So, yeah, it was taken care of really good. And I want to commend the port. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Tillotson. I have a question, backing up to the Red Mill Pond. Do we have now the dollar figures on that will be based on their assessed value, or is that like square feet or feet on the frontage?
It's
Or
basic, there's a 2-stage cost. One's for frontage, and so they'll be charged one cost each parcel that fronts, and then there's a different cost for those that have legal access to the pond.
okay, so it is frontage, not assessed value of the home or whatnot.
Correct.
It's purely that, and that's only upstream of the dam.
Yes, there was the drainage district was established in 2013, and then through the court system through Part 307. So
Was that when the county acquired the pond?
yes,
And because I'm younger than I look, can you explain to me what the thought process was for the county to acquire the dam?
Yes, so the citizens, on the dam and the city of Tecumseh petitioned to the courts for the county to take over that dam. There's a process through Part 307 of Public Act 40 that they went through, and then the courts handed over the dam.
And then the county voted to take it over? Or that wouldn't be his question.
No, I think you're pretty much mandated at that point.
Thank you. Thank you for the history lesson. Mr. Van Dorn?
Yeah, pretty much mandated, but it's all covered by the assessment, correct? What you had to do is you had to pass,
County's a pass-through.
pardon me?
County's a pass-through.
Yeah, because you had to
Exactly,
assess the people, but the money comes back, yeah.
correct,
Okay.
correct.
All right. Well, with that lengthy discussion, Mr. Tillotson?
Yes. It was interesting. He said that they were assessed so much per foot frontage on the pond itself. But there are those people that have an interest in the pond that don't have
Mhm.
frontage. So that assessment's gonna be a little different.
Right.
So it's a two-tier thing.
Correct, two-tier.
Mr. Collins, did you have a question or you're just highlighting? All right. With that, I believe that was all the discussion. We have a couple requests for a purchase of a 2025 Ford F-250.
So, we recently came into a situation where we had a 2010 GMC truck that had 136,000 miles on. It broke down. Went to the mechanics. They came back with a $8,000 estimate to repair it. I was already targeting that truck for replacement. This kind of sped up the process to bring that forward here. So I thought that it made more sense to purchase a new vehicle when it was already in our plan than to repair the old one.
Mr. Tillotson?
What's the bid price? Or you don't know yet?
So the bid price, the quote was $49,698, and that would be through the My Deal program.
I would make a motion that we purchase a 2025 F-250 pickup not to exceed $50,000.
Motion by Tillotson,
I will support that.
supported by Commissioner Blanco. Discussion? All. Mr. A. Murphy?
I just want to point out, this is actually a recommendation to Personnel Ways and Means. Because we are using, this is not a capital fund expenditure, which this committee has authority over. These are using drain funds, which need to be a recommendation onto the full board.
That's my motion, to send it to Ways and Means.
So, still support.
Commissioner Collins?
What color is this truck?
I already
Oxford
checked-
White.
I checked it out, Commissioner.
I have one question. What is a typical replacement? Is this in line with what they have been running or?
Yes, and I guess I'll back up just a
Yeah.
little bit. In request number 2, I was gonna ask for an additional vehicle. This one is more of a necessity. But what my goal is to change them out within 10 years, each vehicle. Currently, we have 20 vehicles in the fleet, and we have this 2010, we have a 2011, and a pair of 2012s that are,
Gotcha.
they're probably getting close to their
Mhm.
useful life.
So we're gonna see more requests soon.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
In the purpose of F-250 over F-150, is it just sometimes your hauling requirements?
Yes, we haul generators that would exceed the capacity of a half-ton pickup.
And looking at the vehicle, I think the cost of the vehicle is is relatively affordable for what vehicles are going for right now, and it's definitely an upgrade that will serve this county for many years to come, given the fact that it's replacing a 2010 GMC Sierra. No offense to GMC Sierra drivers out there. But any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Pose same sign. We have recommended this to the Ways and Means Committee. We now have moved along to item number C, another requested purchase of a 2025 Ford F-250.
Yes, so that goes along with what I was just explaining, that we have the 20 passenger vehicles, and we would like to be able to replace them when they're 10 years old, and we have an opportunity to purchase 2 vehicles at this time for roughly that amount. That's why I put that in there, or else I'll probably be coming back for another one. So that would be my request. While we're purchasing one, maybe we could purchase 2.
I would so move that we recommend to Personal Ways and Means Committee for a 2025 F-250 pickup, not to exceed $50,000.
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson,
I will support.
supported by Commissioner Blanco. Discussion, Mr. Tillotson?
Are we in the 2-door or 4-door range?
A 2-door.
Okay. Very good.
Mr. Collins?
Just for information, I assume, much like a police car or a fire truck, whatever, has 134,000 miles, but probably a great deal more than idling time.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Any further discussion? And what do we do with the replacements? Like where is the 2015 Ford go?
So what we have done in the past is put them out for sealed bid.
Is that what you plan on doing with that one, or
Yes.
any other discussion? All those in favor of recommending this to the Personnel Ways and Means Committee? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Well, same sign. Motion carries. Updates in other business, a request to purchase a Dodge Ram for the sheriff's office.
It is the day for purchasing trucks.
You-
I think doesn't it feel like?
You look like a car salesman, no comment.
Right. So this one is actually part of your capital improvement plan. The sheriff had previously approved in the plan to purchase a 2025 Dodge Ram as part of his fleet for 2025. So they were able to get a bid from LaFontaine, which is where they've been getting a lot of their vehicles because they are involved with the My Deals through the state purchasing program. So part of the request here, and this is actually not a recommendation to the full board, you have authority over the capital improvement plan for vehicle purchases for the sheriff. So this is a request to purchase a 2025 Dodge Ram from LaFontaine CJDR of Lansing for $45,466 as part of the capital improvement plan.
So move.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco, supported by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Mr. Collins?
I don't have the bid from me. 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, half-ton, 3/4 ton.
Oh, no, come on. It is a 4x4 pickup. To see what else he has on here. It is Oxford white, if you want to know the color. I do not see on here right now, Commissioner Collins, whether it's a 2-door or 4-door.
3/4 ton.
Oh,
Doesn't say.
does anybody else see that on here?
No.
I do not have the answer to that question.
On the bid return.
That's what I'm looking at right now. I think that's what we're all looking at. I don't see it on here. It has vinyl seats, if you want to know that. Dark slate, air conditioning, AM/FM radio, a V8 engine.
V8's 3/4 ton.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm not a connoisseur of trucks, so I'm not sure how that would work, but
That's right aside, ARF 250.
All right. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Well, same sign. We have passed that motion. We have one additional request, a request commissioning agent at Maurice Spears campus.
so as part of making sure that all of the systems that are being installed at the new addition for Maury Spear campus, Granger needs to have a commissioning agent come on board and test all of that equipment. This is coming to you separately from Granger because as the county number one, we are the tax exempt entity, and so we have that status to be able to accept a bid. The other part of it is we want to make sure that there is no appearance of impropriety. So we don't want to have Granger, the contractor, hiring the commissioning agent to test the systems that they installed. So as a result, there were several bids that were received for this project. And in the end, it is recommended that the board, this will be a recommendation to the full board, by the way, to recommend to the Board of Commissioners to accept and sign the Fishbeck contract for commissioning agent for the Maury Spear campus expansion in the amount of $28,850. Now, this amount is included in the current cost of the project. It's just being bid out separately for the purposes I just stated.
So
Mr. Tillotson.
Range of bids and amount of people. Did you have 4? Did you have 6?
So those are outlined on the action request form. There are actually 4 proposals that were received. Companies called Osborne, Fishbeck, Matrix, and FST. So those are the 4. We can go through all of them. They are in the packet. Let me see, I have to look through all of these to see where their amounts are, Commissioner.
Which actually is above average over some of these that we put out to bid.
So the one for Matrix is in the amount of $34,700. FST there's a couple alternates. 42,442. I think those are the ones that she has in here. So they did opt to go with Fishbeck at 28,850.
Very good, thank you.
yes,
We still need a motion.
I will make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Blanco,
What?
support by Commissioner Tillotson. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Those same sign. Motion carries. All right. We arrived at the update. Mr. Van Dorn.
Just for your information, I pulled the VIN up on the truck. It's a 4-door crew cab.
Probably 3/4 ton, I saw it earlier.
All right, we are at MSC renovations update.
We recently had a walkthrough with some of the commissioners to look at the current renovations. I think that we can all agree that it is very impressive as to what is going on out there. The work is just over 50% complete. A lot of it right now has been getting in the walls, the infrastructure, and that sort of thing. There are some pictures in your packet to show you what's going on. It won't be long before you'll finally be able to see the personality of the facility come to life, I think you could say, but when we start adding on the other qualities. I know the Department on Aging has already taken a tour of their kitchen and they are very excited about what that looks like also. So I know as we get a little bit further into the project, before we open it up, we will be offering another tour so you can see what that looks like going forward. But as a reminder, if you want to keep track of what's going on with the project on a weekly basis, we do receive photos. Those are uploaded onto our website. So you can kind of follow along there if you'd like.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The update, Administrator Murphy. Commissioner Collins?
I believe, correct me if I'm not wrong, the Murray Spear Campus Board is taking a tour next Wednesday. If somebody wants to tag along with that.
Yes.
I believe that they are looking at a possible tour after their meeting, correct? And Mr. Weaver has indicated that if anybody does want to come take a tour, if they were not able to make it during one of the meeting dates, excuse me, to make arrangements with him and he will talk to the Granger crew about bringing people through. But when we do the walkthroughs, Granger pretty much kind of steps back from a lot of the heavy duty work they're doing to allow for the tour to take place.
Just
Commissioner Blanco?
somebody just asked me recently, so I wanted to find out, do we have just a rough estimation of completion? Is it like this fall or?
So right now, we're looking at, I think that the end of the calendar year, we should have that completed. However, and then what we're going to be doing is we'll be transferring some of the juveniles that are in the current detention into the new detention center so that we can do the work on the old detention that we just received the grant funding for, hoping that'll be completed somewhere around April of 26. So then we'll move those juveniles back into old DT or however Mr. Weaver wants to be dividing them up. So there's going to be some transition before we can actually say everything is functioning the way we need it to.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. Commissioner Blanco? Any additional questions? Hearing none, we've moved along to public comment. Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Is there any public comment? Hearing none, seeing none, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner Tillotson, supported by Commissioner Blanco. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign. We are adjourned.